Good evening, and welcome to Issues. By the way, we would welcome your comments, and you may send your comments to issuesbda@yahoo.com. That is issuesbda@yahoo.com. This evening we will be looking at bullying, but we'll be doing that from the student's perspective. What is it like seeing bullying taking place around you? What is it like actually talking to someone who may be a bully? So this evening, again, we have two students with us, and we're going to ask that handsome gentleman at the end to share his name with us and let us know if you're involved in any type of student leadership at your school.
Oh, thanks for the compliment. My name is Shakir Amory. I go to Bruner College, and I am a second-year student. I am involved with Brightside, a community service organization that I started actually, with maybe 12 volunteers, and yeah, we go around helping families and things like that they need to go forward. And the Bermuda Conference of Seven Adventists actually sponsors us. Their community service department sponsors us, and yeah.
How did you come up with the name Brightside?
Well, when something bad happens to you, you're always down, gloomy, and we want you to look at the brighter side of life. We're looking to help out.
Excellent. And this beautiful young lady next to me, share with us your name and how you're involved at your school.
My name is Brianna Roach, and I'm a prefect at my school.
What do prefects do?
We pretty much help to uphold the standards and the rules at the school. So whether it's doing gate duty or bus duty, uniform checks, line duty, we just kind of help out the teachers in any way possible.
So prefects are kind of teacher's pet.
Not teacher's pets, more of like a teacher's aide, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
teacher's aide. Now, bullying, from the student's perspective, Shakir, did you ever see bullying taking place on the school campuses where you've attended?
Well, maybe in primary school. I went to Parvis Primary over in Cedar Hill. And maybe, well, at that young age, you have little
By the way,
children
I used to
playing
teach
games.
at Purvis Primary, and none of that happened while I was teaching there.
No? Well, I don't know per se if I actually saw it, but I mean, you tease children. I don't know if like their team lost a football game or something, but like I don't know, like actually doing an act like hitting or something. Haven't really noticed that.
So
Most of my schools, no.
you've never seen it, and you went to middle school and to high school where?
I went to Sand Secondary, middle school, and then Cedar Ridge Academy.
Well, it's nice to know that you've never seen any bullying taking place there. That's a compliment to the school. Very good. Brianna, how would you, from a student perspective, define bullying?
I would say that bullying is any form of exclusion or teasing or just putting somebody else down on purpose to gain a personal sense of confidence or to boost your own self-esteem.
Yeah, neither one of you can answer this. Do you think bullying starts in the home, or does bullying start in the school when the young people start school? Shakir.
Well, it depends on the actual person bullying or being
The actual person doing the bullying.
doing bullying. Yes, as a little child, growing up, you look at your parents. So they gave you life. So everything they tell you, you take to heart. You try to do it, like whether it's football, I don't know, or cleaning your house. Your mom might tell you to clean your room or something. You take it. So if your parents are abusive or they don't really put the foundation in, or you have like a weak foundation at home, when you go out into the world, into school and whatnot, it's gonna be you get what you get from home. Yeah.
Brianna, I see you nodding your head.
Yeah. I agree with them. I think that the things that we do, they're first learned at home with our, primary foundation being the house, and things are just reinforced as we go out into the community, as we go into the world. So if a behavior is learned while at home, I think it's just built upon once it gets out there.
Let me, and this may be a difficult question for you, but what were some of the positive things that both of you saw in your home as you grew up, that now once you entered the school system, that you would not be someone that bullied? So if you can share with us, what are some of the positive things that take place in your home? Brianna.
Well, for me, my family is a very close-knit family in all the generations. So simple things like family dinner, family outings, having to uphold a standard in the house, there's like a no mess. For my parents in my house, I know I could.
Now, you're a teenager, and
And
you're
my mom
telling
would
me
too.
your
Yeah.
room is perfectly clean. If I went to your house right now, your room would be perfectly clean.
My room right now is not perfectly clean. That's probably because my mom hasn't seen it yet. But,
Mine too.
there are certain things such as there's no teasing in my house. There's no
Mm.
picking on my brothers or vice versa. And if there is, there's definitely consequences and penalties for such
Hmm.
acts. There's no slacking in the house either. So if my mom says to do something, you got to do it. Same
Excellent.
goes with my dad.
Shakir,
Good. I'm sorry, what's the question again?
what are some positive things that take place in your home as you're growing up, that those positive things told you that, no, I will not bully somebody?
Well, in my family, it's been church since I was born. So it's always been church every weekend. And yeah, every weekend was about Jesus and everything. So we always had that in our family. And
Mhm.
plus, well, with the Christian background, my parents have, it's always been like no cursing and all that stuff and like teasing. So I remember the first day I ever said, "Shut up." I thought it was so bad. I thought I was gonna get in trouble. But yeah, it's a church that's really did it, and the stern background, what's the word?
Well,
Like,
it-
Influence?
The discipline at home, sort of. Like you don't want to get licks or anything. I'm sure no child wants to. Yeah, so that, yeah.
in speaking to some others about the subject concerning bullying, and speaking to some adults, they also emphasize how important that home bringing is to young people. They also talked about church and the young people's relationship with God. And I hear the both of you as young people saying, yes, home is important and one's relationship with God is important. Do you attend church?
Yes, I attend the Restoration Ministries of Seventh-day Adventists.
Yes, I attend St. Baptist Church.
And are either of you active in your church?
Yes, I am the head of the youth department.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, every Friday, events that our youth are in, myself and my partner, Angelica, we would organize it and talk to other church youth members,
Mhm.
youth leaders, if we were to like get together and do something. So it's organization and things like that, and leading, like making sure that the children like always behave, doing homework and stuff, like putting things in place like in their head now. So as
And
a young
Brianna,
age.
how are you involved at your church?
I'm involved on the praise team at my church, and I love working with the children's ministries, and I also, some of the events that Shakir organizes for Friday nights particularly, I attend.
Mhm. So if we would ask you to sing a song now, by all means, you could come up and sing some songs for us. But we won't ask you.
Thank you.
Now, what does bullying look like?
Bullying, well, it has different forms.
Mhm.
'Cause, I'm sure from when you were younger,
Yes.
maybe it was more
be
like
careful now.
teasing. I'm sure that wasn't that long ago.
You are correct. You are correct.
But I'm sure when you were a couple years ago,
Yes.
that it was more maybe physical and like teasing.
Mhm.
But now it's because of the technology, it's internet, Facebook,
Yeah.
cyberbullying, and still the same physical act and teasing as well. So.
Cyberbullying and internet. Now, what form, what's happening? I can't understand that.
Well,
Brianna.
Well, I would say that cyberbullying is just pretty much inappropriate use of the media. We have so many ways that we can get in contact with people, and by all means, media is good and helpful when we want to contact people, but when it's used in an inappropriate manner to put down others or to say things that you're not brave enough to say in person, then it becomes an issue. So teasing, calling names still, throwing out insults over Facebook or Twitter or text message, that's all considered cyberbullying.
Are there any ways that parents can control this? Because if a young person is at school or if they're in their bedroom, how do parents monitor or even control anything like that?
Well, I'd say that's hard. Well, anything that I guess is being restricted from you, any age, I guess you might rebel. So, but for young children, I say parents monitoring what their children do on the internet. And I think there are programs actually where parents can see things that children do on the internet on their computers. So that could be a good
Would,
thing.
would you be in favor of a parent at any moment saying to their child, I'd like to see your phone, and they go through the email and go through the text messages, and at home go through their laptop or desktop computer? Is that something that you as young people would suggest?
Well, it has been done to me before, and I think at the beginning I was a little bit apprehensive towards it, only because I felt like I was at the age where, this is my stuff. But going down the line, I definitely understand where it becomes necessary, especially the point and age that we live in today. I think it is necessary to you don't have to take it every 5 seconds and check it. But, if you notice different behavior patterns or things like that, you just have to be aware of your child or your friends and, ask them what's up. And if they, you should have a relationship with your parent where you can be able to open up to them or them vice versa, say, well, do you have something that you need to talk about? And if not, I think,
I like that word, relationship. How have your parents developed a relationship with you so that you feel if they check your phone, if they check your computer, it's no problem. You're not insulted or upset. What are some of the factors, or what are some of the things that your parents did to develop that relationship?
Pretty much, I guess I didn't really get in trouble for things that, I was doing on my phone or my laptop because they weren't bad things. So I didn't really have an issue with what they were seeing. I think the issue that I had was just that I felt like it was my stuff. But now I think they gave me, from a parent's point of view, how it's all in the sense of trying to protect me and trying to make sure that, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and that other people aren't affecting me. So I see it as, my own protection.
Very good. Wow. I'm amazed. Your parents are doing an excellent job with you. Now, Shakir, your response to the same question. Do you think it's okay for parents to check cell phones, check laptops in terms of what's happening so there's no bullying taking place? And I know you're a bit older now, so I'm not necessarily talking about you as a college student, but maybe when you were in high school or primary school, or someone in high school or primary school.
Oh, yes, I say it's a good idea because someone's bullying a kid, or I don't know what age, in school, and they don't know how to react to it. Say something said, or something, pictures put on internet, on Facebook about them, actually they're in the picture or something, and they're not sure who to go to or how to respond to it, or if to react to it as getting back at the person, like saying their name or things like that about them. So parents being involved would add maturity to the situation and how to react to it.
My last question. As students in the school, do they have a responsibility to the person who is being bullied? Brianna?
Yes, they do, and especially as a student leader, we are held accountable, so we can't just turn a blind eye to things like bullying or teasing, name calling, and things like that. So if it's happening, we have to do something about it. And sometimes as student leaders, you can kind of take matters into your own hands sometimes when it's not as serious. But however, if it did develop into a more serious situation, you definitely want to get administration or somebody involved. But it's nice to have student leaders who can kind of deal with it on a student-to-student basis instead of making them feel like you're just there to get them in trouble. You go and you talk to them and you help them to understand that what they're doing is not right, and that if it happens again, then you would, of course, have to go to administration. But it's nice to have that relationship with younger students.
Excellent. Shakir, your last words.
I agree with Brianna about the student-to-student relationship, because a child may want to say something, but it's something that they think they'll get in trouble for if they talk to an adult. But talking to the friend, they don't exactly make a big fuss of it as much. So yes,
Share with us one more time that organization that you started and how someone can get in contact with you.
My organization is called Brightside, and you can contact us at brightsidesa@hotmail.com. Well, that's my email. That's brightsidesa@hotmail.com.
Thank you so much, Shakir, Brianna. Thank you for being with us. We'll take a break and we'll come right back with 2 other students as we look at the issue of bullying. Welcome back to Issues. We would truly welcome your comments. You may email us at issuesbda@yahoo.com, and that's issuesbda@yahoo.com. In the first half of our program this evening, we spoke with two lovely students, and they told us how important parental relationship is with someone. In fact, the ingredients in positive parenting relationship can dispel bullying. Now we have two more young people with us, an extremely handsome gentleman and a very beautiful young lady. Will you please share with us your name and what you do at your school in terms of student leadership?
My name is Pierre Baisden. I am a senior at Bermuda Institute. I don't have the title as a leader at my school, but I would consider myself a leader of students. I'm also involved in my church, Restoration Ministries. I have done a sermon for prayer meeting where I talked about how Jesus should be our maid coach and we are his assistants, and we have to assist him in helping to make children and adults ready for heaven.
My name is Tia Easton. I attend Bermuda Institute, and at my school, I'm a part of Student Association, and basically we cater to the students in providing events for them, so I help to coordinate and give my ideas.
I remember when, about a million years ago, when I was in high school, I was the Student Association president, and I know we also had to do different events, put it together. Now, what are some events that you have done so far at your school?
At the beginning of the year, we had the essay picnic at Shelly Bay, and I think we had a few grub days, and right now we're working on a few projects to come in the new year.
One of the things that I found too is that being a student leader, those skills carry over to when you're an adult. So I think both of you are in an excellent position that when you get older, these same student leadership skills that you have will help you when you're an adult. Now, we're going to be focusing a little bit on bullying. How would you define bullying, Pierre?
Well, I would define bullying as making someone feel below someone else. Like there's different types of bullying: cyberbullying, verbal bullying, whichever one you want to choose. But bullying is making someone feel as if they're not good enough to be breathing.
Wow. Bullying is making someone feel that they're not good enough to be breathing. That's an excellent definition. Now, what feeling do you think would be going through the person that's being bullied? Tia? What's happening to him inside? When he's being bullied, what do you think he's feeling inside?
Definitely barriers are being broken, and you break down some walls, I guess.
Okay.
Or you build up walls too.
Okay. Where does the bullier get that power? Is he getting that power from other students? Is he getting it because he feels he's better than everybody else? Is he getting it because he feels he's more inferior than others? Where's that power coming from? Either one of you can answer. Who'd like to tackle that one first?
Bullies get the power because just like a lion going after its prey, they go for the weaker people. They go for the people that they think that they have an advantage over. So they see an opportunity and they go for it. If you look weak, they will attack.
Wow. Now, as a student leader, Tia, what responsibility do student leaders have to that weaker student, if any?
We can be their big sister or big brother, and we can help them to, I guess, get through stuff as they're maturing, and eventually when they get to a certain level where they can fend for themselves or be able to cope with things.
Very good. Now, do you believe that the home plays an important part also?
Yes, I do think that the home plays an important role. If a lot of abuse is going on at your house, you'll be more likely to abuse people. If you live in an environment where it's like everybody considers each other's feelings and is mindful, then you will be someone who's more likely not to bully somebody.
Mm. So when a young person is in the home, if they're seeing a lot of negative behavior, that can affect the way they behave at school. Now, do you think bullying is limited to a school, or is it also seen in the community?
And it's everywhere. Cyberbullying is it can be adults being in work, and it's even come to the point where people want to commit suicide, and school is a big part. It's where you're growing in bullying, and if you are a bully as a child, then there's a good chance that you will carry that as you grow up.
Yeah. We looked at some statistics, and we found out that if one is a bullier at school, if that behavior is not changed as he or she gets older, it's likely that they will get involved with the penal system by being arrested. And by the way, let me point something out. I'm a social worker at the hospital, and there are times that we have to assist in sending individuals overseas, to hospital overseas. And we found that if they have committed a crime in Bermuda, if they have been arrested in Bermuda, it is very difficult to get into the United States. In fact, as social workers, we have to work with the Immigration Department of the United States to get a waiver. And I bring that up because if someone is a bullier, and that behavior continues and they become arrested, whenever they need to go into the United States, they will have to get a very special waiver to enter that. So it seems to me that bullying needs to be stopped before the individual reaches that aspect of life where he or she commits a crime. Now, what can the school do? What can a school do to limit bullying? Tia, is there anything?
Yes, they can put forth consequences for each certain extent of bullying, and that's what my school does. So, yeah.
Do you mind, can you think of some of the consequences that they put in place?
Like suspensions, expulsions, doing community service, or picking up trash around the school.
Now, young people who do bullying, is there really a place for them on a school campus? Should it be that the first time that they bully someone, that the school should say, goodbye, we don't want folks like you here? How should that be dealt with?
No, I think that everyone deserves a second chance. And it's at a Christian school, you can see that the teachers and the students want to help that person. Like, they wouldn't just let them be a bully and let them continue on doing it. They try to help them out, trying to change them and make them into a better person.
So do you think the first time someone bullies a student that they should be expelled or suspended, Tia?
If they're a new student, not necessarily, because maybe they're not sure of the type of environment or the type of things that they shouldn't be doing in a certain place. But if you already know the rules and regulations, then yes.
And I think individuals who bully, they are responsible for their behavior. If they know that they're bullying someone and continue to bully someone, there probably shouldn't be a place for them at the school. They should need to go home at least for a while until they can understand what's taking place. And also, based on what you've said so far, it seems like parents need to play a very significant role in the life of individuals who are bullied. My last question to you, someone who has been bullied all the time, do you think, are these the smarter kids at school? Are these the ones that get A's and B's? Or are these the ones that are at the lower academic level with F's and D's?
No, bullying can go either way. If you're a smart student and you get all A's, you can pick on someone that doesn't, and you can make them feel as if they're dumb. But if you don't get good grades and you see that someone in your class does get good grades, you pick on them and say that they're a nerd or their fancy pants or something. But yeah, it can go either way.
Okay. A couple more questions that comes to my mind. Individuals who bully, are they usually the big person on campus? Are they usually the people that everybody know and they get accolades? Or are they people that say, no, don't be around that person? Tia?
Yes, it doesn't necessarily have to be a big person, but it tends to be popular people because I guess they feel like they have attention of a lot of people. But yeah, I think it doesn't have to be a big person.
Pierre?
Well, no, it doesn't have to be a big person, and it could be someone that's popular, someone that gets a lot of attention from a lot of students at the school. But majority of the time, I think it's someone that doesn't really get what they want at home, or they feel as if no one's really there for them. So they come to school and pick on other people to make themselves feel bigger.
Pierre and Tia, thank you so much for being with us. What we have found out this evening as we've listened to these two students and the two students earlier is the significance of the home. I cannot stress how important that relationship is between the parent and the child. Even if it is a single parent, that relationship is very, very important. Both of these young people, and the two earlier, stressed how important that is. Some of the ingredients that were mentioned is having dinner together, parents sitting down and talking with one another. And also something else that came very clear to us is the importance of monitoring your child's relationship with that telephone, with that cell phone, with those emails, with the Twitter, with the Facebook, because we've heard the term cyberbullying. And so I would encourage parents to develop a positive relationship with your students, with your children, sorry. Thank you again for being with us. And this is Issues, and we look forward to being with you one more time.